this week's episode of the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Renee.
And I'm Nicholas.
Today is October 5th, 2018, which officially marks the time to get excited for Halloween.
Yes, and the official start of fall. To start us off for this episode, field reporter Michaela Perrin will talk about Beautiful Week.
Beautiful Week, an annual tradition of Palmer High dedicated to promoting self-love, will be held on October 15th through the 19th. This year, we also want to focus the week on making the 6th graders feel welcome. This year's themes will be Monday, Ralphit Day, where you wear all gray; Tuesday, Ruby Tuesday, where you wear all red; Wednesday, Whiteout Day; Thursday, Mismatch Day; and Friday, Blackout Day.
Thank you, Michaela. Now for a little history lesson. For anyone unaware this month is not only Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it's also Hispanic Heritage Month. Hispanic Heritage Month is recognized between September 15th and October 15th every year. And this year, it is especially impactful as Western Massachusetts has become home to many Puerto Ricans displaced after Hurricane Maria, which hit last year on September 17th, 2017. Puerto Rico is still rebuilding from this tragic natural disaster and has resulted in an extra effort to keep the culture alive and to celebrate it now that thousands of people have passed on. Many events are being held across Western Massachusetts to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month.
And joining us this week is Palmer High's very own Paula Chapin. Thank you, Ms. Chapin, for agreeing to the interview with us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so some background on Ms. Chapin. Ms. Chapin is not only the advisor for the school's yearbook, but she's also the senior class advisor and teaches sophomore and freshman English courses. Ms. Chapin, how long have you been working at Palmer for us?
This year starts my 15th year.
And what is one aspect of the teaching career that you look forward to most when you first started here?
I think what I look forward to most was instilling a love of literature and just learning in general from my students.
Have you always wanted to teach English specifically?
I knew I wanted to be a teacher in 2nd grade, and I chose to be an English teacher when I was here as an 8th grader. It's actually printed in my senior yearbook that I wanted to be a high school English teacher.
So moving on to the yearbook, have you always been the advisor? What motivated you to take over?
I have not always been the advisor. Prior to me, Mrs. Fuller of the English department was the advisor, and I took over in fall of 2006.
And before becoming the yearbook advisor, did you have any prior experience with creating yearbooks?
Absolutely none. I was learning on the fly.
All right. And what do you contribute to as an advisor? Are you involved with layout design, photography, anything of that nature?
Well, for the most part, I learn along with my staff. I've gone to trainings and workshops with our production team through Jostens, and I give them ideas and feedback, and we kind of work together as a team.
Okay. And yearbooks are currently available practically all year round, correct?
They are available usually year-round, mostly online until around April.
Right. And they're cheaper the earlier you order them. Why is that?
Okay, so through our company, through Jostens, we do a tiered pricing. The reason it's tiered priced is because when you order the books in bulk prior, they're able to be made quicker, and Jostens can purchase the materials in bulk, which is a savings to Jostens, which then gets passed on to us. So the sooner you buy, the better off you are because they are cheaper.
Right, and have you always worked through Jostens?
As long as I've been the advisor, we've always worked through Jostens, yes.
All right. So alongside managing the yearbook, you were also the senior class advisor, which I'm sure can be very stressful. So how long have you had that obligation? Do you typically enjoy working alongside the seniors?
Okay, that's a lot of questions. So, I became the senior class advisor in the fall of 2009, and my first graduating class was in 2010. I very much enjoy working with the seniors. It's really exciting to be a part of that time in their lives.
And how do you determine the deadlines for any payments or photo submissions?
Those are all based on our outside vendors, whether they're Jostens, whether they are our cap and gowns, whether it's working with the Parks Department, the Palmer Journal. They sort of dictate when our deadlines are set.
Okay, and you always use the same venues and companies to get all the material you need?
For the most part, we do, unless the seniors opt for something different. We use the same vendors. They work well with us.
And do you do all of this planning on your own?
Well, I work closely with the senior class officers, and obviously there are a multitude of faculty and staff who assist me with doing so, but a lot of it is just kind of oversight on my part.
Okay. Would you say that being in charge of both the senior class and yearbook have benefits with it?
Absolutely. My favorite benefit, like I said, is getting to be a part of the students' lives during all of these exciting times.
And would you say, okay, well, I'm glad that you enjoy being your senior class
Thank you.
advisor. I'd like to thank you for joining us today. For any seniors, the pink information slips were due today, and the first deadline for a minimum payment of $40 is due December 14th to Ms. Chapin in room 302. And if you would like to be featured in the next week's episode of the podcast, do see us in room 303 during C block.
And with this concludes this episode of the podcast. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.